Hey everybody, I'm just waiting for people to join. Waiting for Melanie. What's up, man? Waiting for people to join a little bit. Waiting for Melanie. Good to see you. I just realized you can see my light in the background. That's super distracting. There we go. That's better. Yes, I have a lot of stuff back there. While people are waiting for, I'm waiting for Melanie, I'll show you a little bit. I've got a ton of crap, and I'm seriously running out of room. I need to put another shelf up, honestly. That's just some of it. I ran out of room. I got some brushes over here. I've got some other brushes up here on top. I even have another shelf over here of crap. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. So, just waiting on Wet Shaving Products to join. Hopefully she'll be here soon. There we go. It'd be fun to pay you a visit someday. Dude, absolutely. My buddy Mike is local to St. Louis here, and he comes over all the time.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm just waiting for some more people to join.
Okay, cool. Is this a good angle? Yeah. Do I need to be closer?
No,
okay, cool.
Good.
I can't see myself, so.
Yeah, you look fine. You at the office?
Yeah, I'm at the store, so.
Do you guys have like a brick and mortar store?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Chandler. Yeah, so we make everything here, and then there's also like a little store in the front where I work, so I kind of help out wherever. You guys can hear me? Okay, cool.
There we go. Now you're back. Hold on. I'm going to switch over to my headset. Gotta love technology sometimes.
I know, right?
Bear with me a minute.
You're fine.
There we go. Try and cut down some of my bad audio. We got Dan joined. Got some other people joined here. Good. Okay, I think we're good to go. So anyway, this is Just a Coast. I have Melanie here from Wet Shaving Products. I wanted to bring her on and kind of talk and find out a little more about the company and everything else. So I want to kind of open up to you. Just kind of introduce yourself, talk about your company and what you're here for.
Okay, cool. So I'm Melanie, if you guys didn't hear like the 500 times he said that. But I have been working here since September. I do the social media and marketing here. So I do all of the Instagram page, Facebook, Pinterest if you follow us there, Reddit, blogs, videos, everything that you see that's online, I do all of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I kind of do a little bit of everything. I took down some notes that Lee told me about the company because I haven't been here very long. So Wet Shaving Products started in 2011, and brushes and straight razors were like the bread and butter of Wet Shaving Products to begin with. And then in 2013, he made his first shaving soap. So that's kind of when WSP started branching out more.
Okay.
And then in 2015, we actually moved to this location. So it's been here for a while. You've seen a lot. If you guys have been with us for a while, then you've definitely seen a lot of growth. Now we have a women's line. We've got a ton of products. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And then, I mean, I think that's it. That's all that I really have from that.
So my question is then, you said they started with straight razors. Now were they just honing them, or was he actually like manufacturing them?
Yeah, so we actually sell straight razors. So I think he was just honing them. I'm not exactly sure, but he started out with like another company called A Sharper Razor, and that's actually still there. That was like it's like our sister company. So it was kind of a side business he had, and then he expanded into Wet Shaving Products. So it was kind of that, and then now it's this. But yeah.
Cool. So what do you like about your company? What things makes you guys stand apart compared to some of the other companies in the market? Because obviously, as you know, this is very oversaturated.
Right.
I honestly didn't know about your company until, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, like that.
Okay.
So what things set you guys apart from the rest?
I think there's a few things. I mean, when Lee made this company, Lee's the owner, by the way. So when Lee made this company, he really wanted to bring luxury at an affordable price. So when he started doing this, there was a lot of really luxury companies doing shaving soap and shaving creams and that sort of thing, but they weren't at a price where like everybody could afford them.
Sure.
So he really wanted to bring that. I think that all of our products have really top of the line ingredients. If you look at the labels and the ingredients that are in our products, they are, I mean, I know what all of them are, and they're not any crazy chemical-y things in there. I think the fragrances really set it apart. I mean, all of our fragrances are so unique. And they're, I mean, when we say, like, this is what our fragrance is, this is what it's made of, that is what it's made of, like, you can definitely tell. And then also, I really just think, I mean, we're a local company in Arizona. We have an amazing team. And I really think that that is part of the reason that sets us apart. Like, our customer service is really awesome. We have such amazing workers here who, I mean, when you buy from a local company, you're getting their passion and you're getting what they love. And I really can see that with how when Lee makes new products and like the process behind all of that, you can really tell that he has a passion for this sort of stuff. And so I really think that's what sets it apart.
So have you been able to actually watch them make the soap and watch the process of everything?
Yeah. So if you see like our Instagram stories, I post behind the scenes stuff a lot of different things that we're doing. And it's really cool. I've been trying to get to know some of the products because obviously I came into this and I had no idea what any of this was. And so I make little videos on how we make our products. And so yeah, it's super fun. And some of them, I mean, there's not really any surprises of how we make things, but it's definitely like, oh, okay. Like, I guess that's how, like for our shaving soaps, like they have to sit for 2 weeks to harden before we can, like, I had no idea they had to sit for that long. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. That's just.
Well, it's amazing how much actually goes into it. And there's a lot of chemistry and stuff behind it, you know, and people think, oh, I can make a shave soap, but there's a lot that really is involved in it. And yeah, it's a really neat process because I've spoken with several different artisans and it's not an easy job. Especially being able to stand apart. And that's one thing I've noticed about your stuff too. You graciously sent me a bunch of products. And one thing I like about yours is that I have a very soft spot in my heart for barbershop scent.
Yeah.
And granted, everyone has their own spin and their own take on it. But yours hits right in the nostalgia zone. This here is absolutely fantastic. And it's actually right up there with my other favorite. Hold on. Let me excuse my huge collection back here. But Local Jet, who's no longer in business, they were the absolute best barbershop scent that I had found before I found yours. It's almost identical. And that's a good thing because I thought it was great. As much as I have behind me, it shows you how much I've used it. That shows you how means I like it. And, and your stuff was great. And you sent me the matching aftershave. And it's a very strong, it lasts very long. And that's another thing a lot of us like too is I don't want to have to use a whole lot of product, but I want it to last. And I noticed that I can get subtle whiffs of it throughout the day. And it's very good.
Right. Yeah, and our barbershop is our most popular fragrance all around.
Okay.
So soaps, aftershaves, pre-shaves, everything. Bar soaps. We have a shampoo bar in the barbershop. Oh. We sell the most of barbershop. So that one's really good. A lot of people like that one.
Anybody have any questions for Melanie? I mean, this is the time to ask. We've got a whole bunch of people here.
I saw like a couple. Let me see.
I've been too
fun to pay a visit, little hard. Yeah, I can answer pretty much anything. So social media, anything that I do, anything about the company.
What's up, Frank?
Let me know. Hi, Melanie. Hi, whoever you are. Mr. Dark Samurai. Hi.
We got a whole bunch of people here. One thing I noticed that you sent me too was this Black Vetiver, the aftershave balm, and I don't remember where I read it, but it said something like sent it. Oh yeah, on the front, sent it to order. So does that mean that you don't actually do it until you send them out?
Yeah. So with some of our products, we make them to order. So like the black vetiver, more of the products that we don't sell the most of, we can make them to order. So like some of our products we retire, like our fragrances will kind of move out. But if you like a product, then you can get it, and the guys in the back will actually make it here in our store, which is really cool. But it will cost a little bit more.
Sure.
So
Somebody said, what made you get into wet shaving?
me or you?
I'm assuming you and Brian, are you married? You already know the answer to that, Frank. Why are you asking that?
Oh my gosh. What made me get into wet shaving? Well, I actually had no idea what it was before I got this job. I am a student at Arizona State University, and this job was actually posted on our school website. And so I was like, cool. That sounds like something I would like to do. I like doing social media.
Sure.
So I came down, and then when I came here from my job interview, that was the first time I had ever been exposed to any of this. So I think now I've gotten into it, which is cool. But before this, I had no idea what it was. So yeah.
So now you said you have a women's line too. Is that on the Wet Shaving Products website? Is there a separate website?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's on the Wet Shaving Products website. It's a very small line right now. We only have, I think let me see, we have like 7 or 8 bar soaps with the women's, and then we have 2 face lotions. But a little sneak peek for 2019, I'm kind of helping revamp our women's line.
Nice.
So should be having some more products, some more fragrances, new packaging, like all of that.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at everybody messing with me right now.
Oh yeah, what are they saying? I'm not even seeing.
Yeah, just ignore it. Frank must be drinking. He says, I'm handsome and talented. Frank, leave me alone. Stop.
Yeah, but I use a lot of the products in our women's line, and I really like them. Like all of the bar soaps, I use those, and they're really nice. So our women's line's kind of underrated right now. It's kind of in the shadows of our men's line, obviously, but any guys who need gifts or who want to treat their lady, I would say our bar soap is really awesome.
What kind of fragrances do you have in your women's line?
Yeah, so we have 8. So they're right here. So I'm going to look. We've got Paradise, Lavender, and then Oatmeal and Honey, Rose Petals, and Love Charm. Our Oatmeal and Honey is what I'm using right now. I really like it. It's kind of like cookies a little bit, which is nice. Lavender is what I'm going to be using next. But yeah, our Oatmeal and Honey is kind of my favorite right now. So
what is it about the women's line that you think is also very nice? It has the same like passion behind it, you think? And who's formulating all those?
Yeah, so Lee does all of that as well. And since it's only bar soaps, I mean, you're going to see that quality transition from our men's bar soap line to our women's bar soap line. I mean, it's the same thing, just with women's fragrances, more like feminine fragrances. So, I mean, I really see that, and I think Lee puts in just as much work into the women's line, just because I mean the women's like luxury grooming products is such a difficult market, like even more difficult than men's.
Imagine.
Just because there's so many. So everything we put out has been tested, it's been used, it's gone through many trials of us working through it to try to get the perfect thing. And so yeah, I think it's a great line for sure.
Now, are you helping? You said you're trying to help boost the women's line for next year. Are you involved in making new scents, or what are you doing with that?
Yeah, so basically, we're kind of doing a whole revamp, actually. So right now it's called Real Sexy Soap, and we're kind of moving away from that, going somewhere else with that. But I try out everything, since there's only 2 women that work here.
Okay.
So I try out everything.
You probably don't have to buy any products whatsoever anymore.
No, I have not bought soap in such a long time.
And that's got to be convenient too. I mean, that's nice in itself. That's a perk, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's great soap. It's not like Dove or anything. Like, this is good stuff.
And that's funny, because like you mentioned Dove, is that people look at all the marketing and stuff from the store-bought products, and it sounds snobby for people who don't really understand it, but unless you've tried a real natural product, you just don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, I agree, because I used to use like Dove, that sort of thing. Anything I could find at Target, it was going to end up in my bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah, but now, like, I've tried out this stuff, and it's way easier on my skin. I have really, really sensitive skin, so it's way easier, way more moisturizing. Yeah, I really like it.
And that's the
It's a
great
lot
thing
better.
too, with it being a lot more natural too, is I don't have to worry about dry skin as much in the wintertime.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I notice I'm using a lot less lotions and stuff just because the natural soap bars are so great. And obviously
Hmm.
wet shaving I fell into just because I had seen so many other things on the market. I've tried all the gimmicky crap that's on the market. And then I fell into wet shaving and then the rest was history. But that's kind of why I wanted to bring you on or other companies, just because some people who are kind of new to it and just aren't sure, who aren't maybe quite as crazy into it yet as I am.
Right.
Chase and Dan, get off my live stream. They they don't know what they're missing, and there's so much crap out there. And I've seen anybody from trying to sell soap with sex or trying to sell it with $400 bottles with wax melted on
Right.
the top. And people are, I'll admit, I'm a sucker for a pretty label and a good backstory. But there's a lot of companies out there that do that stuff, and the stuff isn't that good. And so I liked your passion behind the company. And like I said, I know you're just the marketing, but I can tell
Yeah.
you're fully invested in it, and that's cool. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now you also said too that you had a coupon code for our live viewers as well.
Yes. So you can use Yoast5. So it's YOST and then the letter 5. You get $5 off any purchase $50 or more, and it will be good through the entire month of January.
Oh, nice.
So if you don't want to buy something right now, that's fine. Just buy it by the end of January. And then also with every order, this is kind of cool. I don't know if every company does this, but I have no idea. So with every order, we put in a couple of samples of our bar soaps. So
Hmm.
that's really fun. You can try something out new that maybe you wouldn't have bought for yourself or picked out. We always throw a few in. So
That's great too, because
kind of
just because the scent profile looks good doesn't mean you're necessarily going to like the smell of it, or just because your take on
exactly.
that scent is something that another company is going to do well. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, I try to get all your products together. But yeah, you sent me a couple different ones. I'm using the barbershop in my
Yeah.
shower right now. You sent me a couple of these, which I haven't used yet, but I also have been using this hand bar. I don't remember what the scent was, but it's nice. And I've been using this to wash my hands, and it's really good. It's very
Yeah.
moisturizing and very good.
Yeah, that looks like either a black amber vanilla or a mahogany, because those are the only two like darker colored soaps that we have.
I'd be lying if I told you
So
what it was. I don't remember.
yeah, okay. But yeah, black amber vanilla is kind of an employee favorite right now, so we really like that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is
I
anybody
don't know
have
what else.
any questions? I'm kind of running through here and looking at everybody. Those free samples are definitely cool. Professionally wrapped. Yeah, that's the thing too, is just even though they're samples, they come in these really nice little packages. They put forth a lot of effort to that. That's really cool. And it has a nice, tells us about all the ingredients and everything on there. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I actually help wrap them, so sometimes like it's kind of soothing. You sit there, they make them in this huge tray. You just sit there and like wrap, wrap, wrap for hours. So everything we do, everything we package and everything that's sent out, I mean, it's all packaged by hand and it's all like inspected and made sure that it's up to our quality standard. And so that's something really cool about our company and really unique is that, everything you're going to get, it has been through the hands of multiple people on our team just to make sure that it's what we want our company to send out.
And that's what I think is cool, because your company appears to be like a big company, but I think you need to
Mhm.
kind of bring out and highlight the fact that you guys are still a little small guy and that you still do all this stuff by hand. And like when I think I messaged you a couple weeks ago, you were posting some of like some lip balm and stuff, and I found it super satisfying to watch. I was like, you need to post more stuff like that, because I didn't realize, usually when companies get bigger, they tend to, maybe whether it's outsourcing or whether they try to mass produce it, it still shows a guy sitting in a back room with a table mixing the stuff. And like, that's the stuff that geeks me out. That's the stuff I like. Lancaster,
Yeah.
sorry, Lancaster Razorworks said, women's shaving products, here's a new marketing idea for you. Well, I don't know if you just joined, but they actually do have a women's line. But I do like your thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris said, how many employees do you have?
We have there's 5 of us, including the boss.
Really?
So
That's
there's me.
it.
So there's me. I do all of, you guys probably already know what I do. I said it. And then Lee is the owner and the boss of everybody, sort of. And then we have a production guy. We've got a customer service guy, and he goes and does the trade shows and different things like that. And then we have a packaging lady, and we have just a seasonal worker right now, and he kind of helps with the packaging and that sort of thing. Because the packaging is what takes the most time,
Oh, I'm sure.
just because everything has to be done by hand. So we need a lot of people to help out with packaging. So he
So
helps
what do
with
you
that.
feel the biggest struggles within your company are as far as whether it's making new sense or trying to be consistent? What do you think you guys could need to improve on or are working to strive better at?
Um, I think right now it's just getting products out fast enough is what we struggle with. I mean, our shipping is great and we get packages and orders out very quickly, but just keeping up with inventory and what we need and that sort of thing, it takes a lot of effort from all of our team. And then also just coming up with new fragrances, that sort of stuff. We try to put out a seasonal fragrance at least once every few months. And so that can be really difficult. Developing a whole new fragrance and product for that fragrance is a lot harder than it seems, because just because you have a good fragrance doesn't mean it's going to transition into that product well.
True.
So that takes a lot of effort on Lee's part. He works really hard at that. But yeah, I mean, just we struggle with all things small businesses struggle with, just trying to get ourselves out there and that sort of thing. But I mean, I really think that we're doing okay, and we try our best and make our customers happy, and that's all that matters to us in the end.
Well,
So
that's great. I'm great. I'm glad
yeah.
you came on. I'm glad you were able to, and like I said, now I'm learning things too. I didn't, based on the appearance, and now granted, this is all because of you. I said I was super impressed about your marketing and how you presented your company and stuff. And you portray it as that you were a much bigger company than you really are. You told me you were 5 people. I was like, no way. I thought that was pretty great.
5 people.
So
Yeah.
you're definitely putting in a lot of work, and it shows. So, kudos to you. No, Mike, I'm not shaving tonight. I did 2 passes with Frank last night, and my face needs a break. Plus, I don't know if Melanie wants to see me sit there and shave while I'm talking. It's a little awkward, I guess. But no, that's really cool, and that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about and highlight, because the smaller companies. Oh yeah, Frank says, "Who makes your soaps?" They make them themselves in house. Everything is done in house.
We make them here. Yeah, and I'll be doing a lot more. One of my goals for 2019 is to kind of amp up our YouTube channel a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be making a lot more videos with behind the scenes stuff. But if you don't follow us on Instagram already, make sure you do that. I do tons of Instagram stories with like behind the scenes of what we're doing that day. So
keep doing those. That's what really intrigues me. And I especially too with other guys too who want to kind of learn. That's the thing too, is I like to know the companies on a personal basis. And when I see them putting in the hard work versus just showing the final product, it's not showing the blood, sweat, and tears that are going in behind it. And I think that's really cool. And you've been highlighting that a lot more lately, which has made me more interested in you and your company. And so I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's fun. I like doing it.
You guys must have a ton of dishes. Wow. You have a lot of cleanup?
I don't do any of that. So I try to, I'm like, I've got to go when I start cleaning up.
You got lucky on that one.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
So the floor is yours. You've obviously said there's a code for Yoast5 for the $5 off purchase 50 or more. I will promote it and keep mentioning it over the next few days so people will know as well. But what can people expect from you in the future? What other plans do you guys have, not just for your women line, but for your men line? Is there anything new, anything maybe you kind of want to hint about?
Yeah, I wrote some stuff down. I forget things really easily, so I have to write everything down.
No worries. I'm just kind of going with it right now, so you're all fine.
Yeah. So basically, the main thing that Lee and I talk about when we have different team meetings and stuff is expansion to our fragrances. So right now we have a lot of fragrances, and some of them we kind of want to move out and bring new ones in. So that is basically where we want to go. But also, like on my end of things, there's a lot of different marketing things that we're going to try, and starting with our YouTube channel, that sort of thing, just trying to get that higher quality, more videos. That's what people like to see, and that's what I like to do. So we want to do more of that. And then we're just looking to continue to improve our products. There's lots of things that we know that we can fix and improve. So we're always looking for ways to improve our formulas and kind of tweak those. But really it comes down to what the customers want.
Sure.
So right now, everybody's kind of getting through the holidays and stuff like that. So we'll see what the next year brings, what our customers want to see. And yeah, we're really open to anything. We don't have like set calendars of like, we have to do this and that sort of thing. We're kind of just open to, if somebody told me the other day, like, oh, we want a liquid soap. And so we're kind of working on a bunch of different ideas. We tried a deodorant a while ago. So we've got cool things coming.
How many different scents do you have in your men's line?
Oh, geez. We have a lot. I'm sitting like behind all of them. So we have 4 main ones that we do, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 7 like main scents of everything. And then we have a bunch of just shave soaps that have been seasonal or whatever. So we've got a whole bunch of those. Right now we have our Christmas spice. So we're about to pull that one off the shelf. So if you guys haven't gotten Christmas spice yet and you still want it, make sure you grab it. We have 1 box left of rustic, so it's less than 25 that we have left.
Okay.
And we're going to pull them off the shelf pretty soon.
What do you know what the scent notes are in that one?
So it's basic. I wrote it. I know it's got balsam fir, and then it has vanilla. It's got cinnamon, cloves. So it's like a spiced cider.
Sure. Okay.
So it's not like your typical evergreen shave soap, which are great. Those are awesome. But we wanted to do something a little bit different and do spiced cider. So that one's a good one. I like it.
That's cool. It's cool. So yeah, definitely, guys, if you want to grab a seasonal scent, they have a few left. That'd be something you might want to jump on top of. Now, I know you said you like the barbershop scent for men, but what other scents do you prefer as a female? Because in my opinion, most shave soaps are geared to smell good for men. And right. I've had a lot of women tell me those smell horrible because they smell like a man. And if that makes any sense. But it's like, I think I smell damn good. But what is something like you, a female, what kind of scents do you look for? What kind of scents do you think smell good that are not necessarily, do you find some to be overpowering, or is there a certain scent or profile that you tend to prefer?
Yeah, so I have a favorite that I always tell people to buy. It's our Olympus fragrance. It's a little bit fruitier. So the main thing is like it's not pineapple scented, but there's pineapple in it. There's apple in it. It's still a really fresh scent, but it's got a more fruity twist to it. So I really like that one. Everyone I know that I want them to smell good, I always give them Olympus. So I really like that one. Barbershop, I think it's just a really good generic scent. It's clean, it's crisp, it's good for everyone, it's good in any season. I mean, you really can't go wrong with Barbershop.
Yeah.
But one that I'm really liking right now is our Black Amber Vanilla. That one's a little bit sweeter, a little bit warmer. Lots of vanilla in that one, but I really like that one too. And all the ladies that come into the shop to see me, they like Black Amber Vanilla too.
Good. So, that's good to know. Guys, if you're watching, listen to Melanie. She knows what she's talking about. Don't just buy the scents. And see, now you're making me want to try it because I'm like, man, am I smelling like crap all the time?
Yeah, so that one's really good. But honestly, I would say there isn't one fragrance where I'm like, ew, that's gross. Like, I wouldn't want someone to wear that. It's actually funny because, like, my dad, my brother, my grandpa, my boyfriend, like, all of them, I have to give them different scents because I don't want them smelling like each other.
Of course.
So, yeah, so it's super funny. Everybody has their own scent, and I have to remember which one they are. But, yeah, there's not really one that I'm like, even the tobacco, a lot of people think, like, oh, tobacco, I don't want to smell like cigarettes, but it doesn't smell like cigarettes.
It's not like that, no. And like there's a cigar place by my house, and there's something about going in there and smelling that aroma of that fresh tobacco. And you sent me, now I have 2 samples in front of me. Mm-hmm. You sent me 3, but hold on. You sent me tobacco vanilla, vetiver, and then there was something else you sent me that I fell in love with, and I lost it. I brought it with me when I went out because it smelled so good, and then somehow it disappeared. And I don't remember what it was. But that was probably one of the best fragrances I had smelled from anybody. And I wish I remember what the scent was, but
Sounds like those were colognes. Those are our colognes, so it might be a cologne.
No, I thought it was something different too. Like the tobacco vanilla is very good too, very warm. I like that too. Yeah, and the vetiver is really nice too. And Damn it. I don't remember what it was, but it was so good. And I'm really upset about that
That's
one.
the worst. For sure. You'll find it one day and you'll be like, finally, I found it. Yeah, we've got a lot of really good ones though. So yeah, I would say there's not one that I hate, but there is one I like more than the others, and that is Olympus for sure.
Olympus. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Melanie, I appreciate you coming on. You've been super awesome, super helpful.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And anybody else, if you have any other questions for her, this is the time to ask. If not, I think we're going to call it an interview here. Okay. Very, very good.
Yeah, for sure.
YOS5 is the coupon code. Go ahead.
If you guys have any more questions, you can always send me a DM or message me on Facebook or comment on a photo. I'm usually pretty good at responding. So any questions you have, anything you ever need from us, like just feel free to message me. Or if you're in Arizona, come to our store. I love it when people come in. So
I'm going to have to make a road trip down there. Definitely check it out. Because I figured you had like a warehouse. I didn't realize you had like a brick and mortar store. That's really cool.
Yep.
All right, Mel, thanks for joining tonight. I don't think anybody has said anything. We got a lot of people talking, but
lots of chatter.
There are a lot of guys giving me shit. Great talking with you, Mel. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye. Thank you, guys.